Welcome into St. Thomas Aquinas High School as the Saints Classic Championship game here tonight about to begin. This is a rematch of 8 days ago where Bishop Miege came on this floor in an EKL matchup. I was able to win that one. And starters are getting announced currently right now. Bishop Miege comes into this one. They'll be the road team. They are 7-1. They come in to this one. They won their first 2 games. They beat Kaufman School in the first round 104-41. And then they beat Grandview Christian 80-43 last night to get here. St. Thomas Aquinas, the home team and the host for this tournament. Again, like I mentioned, 8 days ago, lost to Bishop Miege 57-50. St. Thomas Aquinas comes into this one 6-4. They defeated Frontier School 76-22 on Thursday, and then they had to go to overtime last night to defeat Olathe East, a game you can see here on 810varsity.com. Matthew Connor hitting a game-winning 3-point shot to give them the 56-53 lead. And again, last week, Keyshawn Mason was not in the starting lineup, played quite a bit, however, for the Saints. He's the big guy that transferred in for the Saints. So the Saints now starting to get things figured out on starters-wise, as they've now got Zach Ganalo back in the starting lineup along with Keyshawn Mason. The starters for Bishop Miege, it'll be number 1, Stone Jeffries, the 6'2" senior. Harrison Broadus, point guard, kind of starts everything for the Stags. Harrison Broadus, the 6' sophomore. Josh Early, he's a Northern Kentucky commit that a lot of people know about, 6'8" senior. Spencer Jones, the 6'7" senior, and Mark Mitchell Jr., the 6'7" freshman who played on the USA circuit during the summer. Spencer Jones, a guy that grew 4 inches, now starting to come onto the scene a little bit, kind of in the eyes of the scouts. For the Saints, they will start sophomore 5'9" Tank Young. They'll start senior 6'7" Zach Ganalo. Matthew Connor, the guy who hit the game winner last night, and then Keyshawn Mason will start down low, and Joe Roast, the guy who struggled last week against Miege in that 7-point loss. So Early wins the tip, and Miege will start it. Looks like it's going to be man defense for the Saints. The Saints started on that one's going to be in Spencer Jones. Last week, St. Thomas Aquinas started off in man and then immediately switched after a couple possessions to zone. Miege did the same thing, started off man 8 days ago, and here comes man. Keyshawn Mason gets the early double team. Mason in his debut, last week was his debut against the Stags. He dropped 13 off the bench. Matthew Connor gets it to Mason. Mason's going to work against Early. Nice under-up move there by Mason. Keyshawn Mason there makes it a tie ball game at 2. So here's Mitchell. Jeffries has it. He's going to try to drive left. Gets cut off. Mitchell, 6'7" freshman, turns it over. Tank Young gets it, but Keyshawn Mason able to get it. Joe Roast has it now. Tank Young, the impressive running back for St. Thomas Aquinas. He's also starting point guard here. Up and under, no good. Keyshawn Mason there with the rebound, but Mason is fouled. And that's what Tank Young did last week, as he was able to get into the lane, cause havoc for Bishop Miege. And Miege really, that's kind of where it started for the Saints in the comeback effort, and the kind of hanging around effort was Tank Young driving and hitting the basket. So here comes Keyshawn Mason. That free throw is good, makes it 3-2. First lead for the Saints. Like I mentioned, the Saints are 6-4, Coach Cooper Smith's team. They had a 3-game losing streak coming into this tournament. Mason makes that free throw. They've won now 2, obviously, to get back to 6-4. Miege comes into this one 7-1. Their only loss, a 2-point loss to Rockhurst. So not a bad loss there if you're Bishop Miege. Now, looks like a hybrid 1-2-2-3-2 zone from the Saints, trying to mix things up after the first possession of man. I'll just have Jeffries has it on the wing, trying to get in the inside. Saints doing a nice job, however. And they're going to get Tank Young with the hand check. That'll be his first foul of the game with 6:28 to go. Kind of the same strategy that the Saints started off with in the first matchup, where they started man and then switched over to a zone. Now back to man for the Saints. Ganalo, he's a guy, returner from last year. Spencer Jones, that step back no good. Keyshawn Mason able to get it, but it's going to be off of Mason's hand. Aguinaldo was hurt earlier in the year, kind of in and out of the lineup. Zarian Navy started for him. There's a little bit more athleticism, though, however, on the bench for the Saints with Navy and TJ Williams-Bay on the bench. Mitchell travels. And the one big thing about Mitchell, he's long, he's athletic, he's also left-handed. I think that's kind of what threw some teams off earlier in the year. Obviously, being a freshman, don't know much about him until you start playing him. But he is left-handed, real impressive freshman here for the Stags. Joe Roast working against Jones. Mason against Early. That's going to be a matchup we'll talk about all night. Working against Early. Works in, dives in. The 4th point for Keyshawn Mason going against the Northern Kentucky commit. Here's Early. Gets it to Mitchell. So an early 6-2 lead for the Saints. Jeffries drives. Layup. Too strong. It's going to be rebounded there by Spencer Jones. Floater is good. And here comes Matthew Connor, the hero from last night for the Saints. He's working against Spencer Jones. Roast now has it against Jeffries. Again, last week, Joe Roast really couldn't get going for the Stags. However, Spencer Jones and Early had quite a night for the Stags. Mason almost turns that one over. And the Stags now into a 2-3 zone. We saw them play this majority of the game last week. Nalo in the short corner. That one is good. So a hot start so far for the Saints, but here comes the Stags. The Stags do like to play more up pace than what the Saints like to do. Early, that layup is good. Ganalo a little late with the help. And against Early, if you're going to front, you really need help. He's a big body down there. Josh Early, he's listed at 6'8". And you can tell he's definitely, he's got a big Division I body. Young in the corner. Gonna get it to Connor. Joe Roast now has it. You get a screen from Ganalo. Slow, patient. 8-6 here early on with 4 minutes. We're about halfway through the first quarter. Keyshawn Mason. Saints looking like they're trying to penetrate that zone, just can't get much going. Ball fake, gets it to Keyshawn Mason against Early. The right-handed jump hook is good. He's been a nice addition so far. And just 4 games, this is only his 4th game with the Saints. He's been a nice added addition for the Saints. Trying to dive down Early, that jump hook off. Roast able to get it, gets it to Connor. Connor pushes it. Connor fakes it, drive, layup is good. 12-6, and the Stags are going to take a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and leave it here. As this game brought to you by Prime Capital Investment Advisors. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Again, that's pciwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So early on here in the first quarter, 12-6, 3:36 left to go. A lot of energy so far from the Saints. Again, this is a rematch of a game just played 8 days ago where, again, kind of a similar thing happened. Saints kind of started off fast, got up to a 4 or 5 point lead. Stags battled back and then controlled the rest of the way. So the Saints really need to keep the tempo up right now and keep the Stags behind. And again, the Stags so far, they've ran right through this tournament. They won on Thursday. They won 104-41, and then they won last night 80-43. The Saints, again, kind of a late night. They had to go into overtime. They played the late game last night, and obviously with some weather and some cancellations, bumped this game up from 4 to 2:15. So see if that will eventually affect them. I doubt in high school it doesn't back-to-backs that like that don't affect them as much as you see sometimes at higher levels of basketball. But the Stags have it down 6, 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Early has it. Jeffries now. The big body. Tank Young got hit by that screen. Mark Mitchell, a lot of energy right now from the Saints. And they're going to call an illegal screen on Spencer Jones. So Spencer Jones picks up his 2nd personal foul. Now here comes Xavier Hall, the 5'10" freshman. So now there's going to be 2 freshmen on the floor. He played sparingly last Friday. Matthew Connor has it. 6-point lead for the Saints, under 3 minutes to go. Young. The Saints really try in this 2-3 zone, try to get it to the short corner, and then try to get the dump down in the high post. Joe Roast over to Young, skips it. Thought about it. Skips it to Joe Roast, a little high. Matthew Connor in the corner. That 3-pointer is long and no good. Rebounded there by Mitchell. Here comes Hall. Again, just a freshman. Probably played big minutes here in this one with 2 quick fouls on Spencer Jones. Jeffries now has it. That 3-pointer is short. It's going to be rebounded by Joe Roast. And the ref blows his whistle. Coach Cooper Smith for the Saints, a little confused at what's going on. As I was as well. I think maybe he thought it hit the bottom of the backboard. Mason. Young thought about it. Young did hit a couple deep threes last Friday. Joe Roast in the corner. His first shot is good. Makes it a 9-point game. That's good for the Saints. Couldn't really get going last week against Miege. Maybe that'll get him going early. Rodis has it. Hall now has it. Early. He's going to shoot the 3. That one's too strong, but Jeffries comes away with the rebound. Layup, he's going to be fouled. I think it's going to be on Ganalo. It will be on Ganalo. That'll be the team's 2nd personal foul. Ganalo. That is his first personal foul here with 1.5 minutes to go. So far, the only substitution in the game is Hall for Spencer Jones. So Jeffries, Stone Jeffries, first free throw off the right side of the rim and no good. So a 9-point lead for the Saints early on in this one. Here in the championship game of the Saints Classic. That free throw is good. Makes it an 8-point game with 1:39 left to go here in the first. Not as big of a crowd as last Friday, but still a lot of energy in the gym as these 2 rivals facing off for the 2nd time. Here tonight, Keyshawn Mason gets it. Fakes it to Roast. Up and under, Keyshawn Mason. 8 first-quarter points for Mason. First double-digit lead for the Saints against the Stags this season. A 3-2 from the Saints. The Stags moving it around. Early now has in the short corner. Young, a good defensive play there by Young. Rodis, that 3-pointer off the back iron, no good. It's going to be tipped around. Hall gets it. Blocked by Mason. Rodis gets it, however. Mitchell to Early. Up around, no good. Keyshawn Mason there to affect it. Roast has it. 30 seconds left to go. Ganalo gets it to Tank Young. A lot of energy on the Saints side. Ganalo in the corner. That 3-pointer is good. 20-7 here in the first quarter. 15 seconds left to go. A 3-2 zone here from the Saints. There's 6 seconds remaining. The Stags being held to 7 points here early on. Tipped away. Young gets it. Heaves it. Off the backboard and no good. This first quarter, 20-7. St. Thomas Aquinas leads Bishop Miege here in the Saints Classic. As we'll go ahead, we'll step aside for right now. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action here on 810varsity.com. As again, this game brought to you by Prime Capital Investment Advisors. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6233. 6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas High School athletics. And again, you can visit at any time at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6226. So that first quarter, St. Thomas Aquinas played three different defenses. They played man, they played 2-3 zone, and then they played a 3-2, really mixing things up. Early on, the Saints playing with a lot more energy than what Bishop Miege is going on. And Miege right now just trying to figure out what's going on. And Keyshawn Mason, 8 first quarter points, really going at early, not afraid to go against the Northern Kentucky commit. So now you see man here from the Stags. Matthew Connor going to drive, kicks it out to Ganalo. That three-pointer from the corner, short, no good. Mason there for the rebound. Putback is no good. Spencer Jones is playing with 2 fouls, so he's got to be careful. Both teams only have 2 fouls so far here in the quarter. Spencer Jones has it. That would have been a big bucket from Mason, but Mason misses. Mitchell has it to Jeffries early. Early has it against Mason. Haven't seen Mitchell really try to attack so far. Early gets it in the post. And it's going to throw it away. Joe Roast is going to go try to run it down. Spencer Jones is going to outrun him, and it's a backcourt violation. As you can tell, as Roast thought about just letting it go, but then no one was going, but Spencer Jones able to run it down. So 7:06 left to go here in the second quarter. Young. I think also you got to be excited if you're the Saints. Tank Young really hasn't got going in that first quarter, and you're up 13. Young for 3. It's good! 16-point lead early on for the Saints against the Stags. Mitchell driving, kicks out to Jeffries. Out to Spencer Jones, that three-pointer. No good. Mason gets his hands on it for another rebound. Here comes Young. He's got numbers. He's got Roast in the corner. Kicks it out to Roast. That three-pointer, no good. Ganalo, a lot of tipping around, but Mitchell able to tip it out. Here comes Jeffries. Going to call a block. I think that was the right call. Joe Roast tried to get to the spot, but couldn't get there as Jeffries avoided it. And Jeffries would go back to the free throw line, where he is 1 for 2. Ever since Jeffries went back to the free throw line, it was 15-7. That one's no good. It was 15-7. 8-0 run here from the Saints, as the Stags can't really get much going. That free throw is good. So 1 for 2 trip ends the 8-0 run. 23-8 as we approach 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Connor has it. Young against Broadus. Young's going to take another 3. Short. A little bit of a deep 3 from Tank Young. So an empty possession from the Saints. There comes Spencer Jones and the Stags. Again, Spencer Jones playing with 2 fouls. Picked him up early in the first quarter. Mitchell Jr. gets it. That three-pointer is off. Rebounded there by Ganalo. Here comes Connor. Connor, the hero from last night, dumps it off to Mason. Spins. It's going to be blocked there by Spencer Jones. Here comes Jones. That layup is good. Splits the defenders. Makes it a 13-point lead for the Saints. How about Coach Coopersmith? Hasn't subbed or called a timeout yet. You might be seeing some fatigue here from the Saints. That three-pointer from Joe Roast is no good. Stags trying to get the momentum back. Broadus has it. Over to Jeffries. Spencer Jones looking to drive on Roast. Cuts the lead down to 11. It was 23-7 after the Tank Young 3. But a quick 5-0 spurt from the Stags cuts the lead to 11. Tank Young gets a screen from Mason, gets it to Ganalo. Ganalo left alone. He's already hit one today. That one's going to be no good. Rebounded there by Early. Here comes Mitchell. This is where the Stags really thrive. Spencer Jones layup is good. And Coach Cooper Smith's going to call a timeout. 4:25 left to go. 7-0 run from the Stags. Cuts the lead back to single digits. Makes it 23-14. As again, game sponsored here tonight by Prime Capital Investment Advisors. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life ambitions. Visit anytime at PCIAwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Again, you can visit anytime at PCIAwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So the Saints' largest lead so far here tonight is 16 at the beginning here of the second quarter. 7-0 run from the Stags makes it a 9-point lead as Philip Bell and Zarion Navy, two former starters before Mason and Ganalo came back into the game. So Young has it against Broadus. Now Navy trying to get into Mason. Mason finds Navy. Navy out to Roast. Gets it into Mason. Mason loses it. And it looked like it got kicked out by Early. As Mason started off. Coach Zach of the Stags wanted a conference between the refs, but from this angle it looked like it went off of Early's foot. Zarian Navy has it. Again, he started the year in the starting lineup. Obviously now that Ganalo and Mason have been inserted, Navy now comes off the bench. Roast almost threw that one away. Young to Navy. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Saints being real patient here on this possession. Early almost able to steal it. Navy in the corner. It's good! Navy's first bucket of the game. Makes it a 12-point lead again for the Saints. And again, Navy was at Avila played really well on that 8-10 shootout on December 15th. Broadus drives, layup, no good. Rebounded there by Spencer Jones, however. So Jones starting to get into rhythm after picking up two quick fouls. So with 2:50 left to go, we got a 10-point game here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Young has it. Going to get it to Mason. Gives it to Philip Bell. Young's going to drive on Broadus. Gets the contact and no good. Tried to draw the foul, but the ref didn't call it. Broadus thought about it. That floater, too strong. It's going to be tipped out. Xavier Hall has it. Gives it to Spencer Jones. That three-pointer is good. Jones' second three-pointer of the game. Cuts the lead to 7. So here come the Stags. Looks like Ganalo and Connor are about to check in. Philip Bell has it. Now Joe Roast has it in the corner. He's working against Spencer Jones. Again, it'd be big if Jones doesn't pick up his third foul here with a minute and a half left to go before halftime. If he can go into the half with only 2 fouls, I think the Stags would be very happy about that. Mason now working against Jones. And he's going to be called for the foul. That's going to be Jones' third personal foul with 1:28 left to go before halftime. That's a huge foul, and that's good recognition there by the Saints. All 3 fouls on Miege so far in this half have been called on Spencer Jones. First free throw from Mason. That one is good. (27-19), 1:28 left to go. 3 bounces and a spin. Mason's second free throw, no good. Phillip Bell went a little too strong. He read it just right. Phillip Bell went a little bit too strong into the basket. So Connor back into the game. Joe Roast. Mark Mitchell so far scoreless in this game. Jeffries, he's got 2 points, both from the free throw line. They get it to Mitchell. Layup is good. So his first bucket of the game cuts that lead to a 6-point lead. 27-21, Saints being held to 7 points so far here in the second quarter after scoring 20 in the first quarter. Mason going to drive on Early. That one's going to be rejected by Early. Now Early's going to get it. They're going to call the offensive foul. No, excuse me. They're going to call a block on Matthew Connor. It looked like the ref gave the charge signal. I thought Connor was set, but Early's layup makes it a 4-point Saints lead. Now the free throw, no good. It's going to be rebounded there by Canalo. Again, that's the one storyline to watch out for. Early last week went 2 for 8 from the free throw line against the Saints. Mitchell went for the steal. Phillip Bell, layup, too strong. Navy there for the rebound. It goes off in Navy's face, however. Phillip Bell misses the layup. Now the Stags have a chance to cut this either to a 2-point lead or a 1-point lead right before halftime. They trailed as much as 16. Saints, there's 2 seconds left. Broadus, step back 3, no good. And that will do it for the first half. The Saints lead this one 27-23. As this half draws to an end. And again, this game sponsored by Prime Capital Investment Advisors. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at PCIAwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. And again, that's PCIwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So, got about 10 minutes here at halftime. We'll come back with a couple minutes here to go before halftime ends. As we'll go ahead, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have second half action here from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. A fun one here at the Saints Classic here early on. Saints got up to a 16-point lead. The Stags able to battle back, make it a 4-point lead. And so we should have a fun second half here in the rematch between Miege and Aquinas. So when we come back, we'll have second half action for you here on 810varsity.com. And welcome back here. as here with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This one, 7-point lead. The Saints playing with a lot of energy. Looks like Zarian Navy and Philip Bell and Tom Downey is going to check into the game. Young and Mason are going to stay. Look like Roast, Connor, and Ganalo will check out. Looks like Xavier Hall will check in for Jeffries, excuse me. Broadus, Spencer Jones, that three-pointer is good. Spencer Jones starting to get going. As Jones has his third three of the ball game. Second here in this second half. Cuts it back down to a 4-point lead. Navy has it. Gets it to Tank Young. Young has it. Gets a screen from Philip Bell. Looking to drive. Kicks it out to Navy. Doesn't shoot it. Mason's going to set the screen for Navy. Navy gets it to Tank Young. He's working against Broadus. Navy, that's a contested three-pointer. Navy right in Spencer Jones's face. Matches Jones's three-pointer. The last two three-pointers from Spencer Jones, the Saints are able to respond with three-pointers. Mitchell, Broadus now has it. Xavier Hall, the freshman, working against Tank Young, the sophomore. Looks like the Stags try to get it in. That layup, too strong. Philip Bell bobbles it. And Tom Downey comes away with the rebound. Here it comes. The Saints, Philip Bell gets it. Finds Mason. And it's going to be rejected by Spencer Jones. So it looks like Ganalo and Matthew Connor will check in for Keyshawn Mason and Tank Young. I'm assuming here with 31.2 seconds left here in the third quarter. Probably will see Mason and Young to begin the fourth quarter. Probably just going to be a 30-second break. Philip Bell gets it to Tom Downey. Downey working against the freshman. Out to Navy. And the Saints are content with taking one shot here to end the third quarter. So Navy's going to dribble it. There's 15 seconds remaining on the clock. And that's about the time we're going to attack. And you hear Coach Cooper Smith saying, go ahead and attack. Navy, one dribble shot. It's good! Navy took one dribble to his left. Get it. That one's going to be stolen by Matthew Connor on the floor. Connor chucks it. Almost good. Just kind of chucked it up and almost went in. It's 44-35 here at St. Thomas Aquinas, as might have a little bit of an upset brewing as the Stags trail by 9. And again, Prime Capital Investment Advisors is a sponsor of this evening's game. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Again, that's pciwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So again, kind of around the area, upset occurred in Morgantown, West Virginia, as the Jayhawks fell by 1. We got an upset brewing here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Aquinas, again, this was a game Miege, for the most part, controlled all of last Friday. Right now, the Saints are able to match everything that Bishop Miege has been able to do. So we should have a fun fourth quarter here for you. The Saints increased their lead by 5 in that third quarter. Was able to really get going. Joe Roast hit a three-pointer. Spencer Jones got going for the Stags. Looks like it's going to be a 1-3-1 zone from Miege. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Matthew Connor. That's his second personal foul. Tank Young will check in. Brazilian Navy. Navy able to pick up 5 quick points there late in the third quarter. Spencer Jones is going to drive. It's going to be met at the rim, but Jones able to get that one to fall. As we see Mike Mitchell Jr. go to the bench for the first time. So it's Roast. It's Joe Roast, Matthew Connor, Keyshawn Mason, Tank Young, and Zach Ganalo on the floor for the Saints. It's Xavier Hall, Spencer Jones, Josh Early. Hudson Bentley checks into the game for the first time. And then it's Harrison Broadus in the game for the Stags. It looks like Mike Mitchell Jr. is going to check in. Stags go back to man. Young drives, gets bumped. He's going to go to the free throw line. 7:03 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Young so far in this game held to 2 points. Young's first free throw is good. So 7:03, 8-point lead for the Saints, 45-37. Young's second free throw is good. So Mark Mitchell Jr. checks into the game. Broadus almost loses that one. Broadus working against Connor. Double screen for Broadus. Drives and drags the pivot foot. Again, I think a big key here so far for the Saints. Mark Mitchell Jr. and Josh Early really haven't got going for Bishop Miege. Spencer Jones has had himself a night. And no one else really for the Stags has really stepped up and provided scoring. Keyshawn Mason has it. Working against Spencer Jones. Jones has 3. He's got to be smart. Fake to the left. That jump hook no good for Mason. It was a good move, however, from Mason. Mason started off fast. He's been quiet since the first quarter. Mitchell driving. Matthew Connor steals it. Gets it to Tank Young. Young working against Spencer. That layup is good. Back to a double-digit lead. 11-point lead. Tank Young. Again, fearless when he attacks the basket. He has 6'7" Spencer Jones going against him. Jones' three-pointer off the mark. No good. Ganalo steals the ball from Early. So here comes Matthew Connor pushing the pace. And again, I think Coach Cooper Smith is perfectly fine with running some clock down as they are up 11. That foul is going to be called against Hall. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. It's kind of been a let them play type of game. Stone Jeffries will check back into the game. And Jones, you're seeing the length from Spencer Jones guarding that out-of-bounds play. Roast gets it to Mason. Mason working, kicks it back out to Roast. Gets Spencer Jones to leave his feet, but Early there to reject the shot. And Jones able to get it. Good defensive sequence there from the Stags. Stone Jeffries. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds. From Zach Ganalo here with 5.5 to go. 11-point lead. Again, that's the second time here tonight that the referee has told Mason and Early, I got to knock off what's going on. Down low. Spencer Jones gets it to Mark Mitchell Jr. Harrison Broadus now has it. It's a screen from Early. Poked away by Matthew Connor. Connor gets it. Drives. Layup. Too strong. Roast has it. And Tank Young can't get it, but Young tips it to himself. Now Young's going to drive, and Young gets that layup. Kind of a weird sequence there from the Saints, but it finishes with 2 points, a 13-point lead for the Saints. Spencer Jones working against Yost. Roast, excuse me. Early there with the rebound. Connor knocks it out. And it's going to be out of bounds. That's what Matthew Connor did last week, able to just knock the ball away from Josh Early in the post, and he's now done it twice. You can tell Josh Early starting to get a little frustrated. Hasn't been able to get going so far here tonight, as Mason's really been a key factor on the defensive end. Spencer Jones, that step back. There's really nothing you can do there if you're Joe Roast. That was good defense. Just Spencer Jones's length was able to get that to go. So again, Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life ambitions. Visit anytime at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So here, 4:39 to go after that bucket. Bishop Miege calls the timeout. Again, could have an upset brewing. St. Thomas Aquinas High School started the year 4-1. And then at the Avila shootout, really struggled against a very good Lee Summit North team. That fell to 4-2 going into Christmas break. Came out of Christmas break, played the 8-10 showcase here at Aquinas High School. Lost in that one in overtime. And then lost last Friday to the Stags for a 3-game losing streak. But obviously they've won both games so far here in this tournament. And then now they lead with 4.5 to go. But I think if you're the Saints, can't really let up. You don't want to play not to lose. You want to play to win. So far, that's what they've done so far in the fourth quarter. And again, the Stags, they come in ranked number 2 in the 8-10 top 25 poll. Their only loss was to number 1 Rockhurst. They lost that game by 2 points. Earlier, that was before Christmas. Roast has it, gets it to Mason. Mason now working against Early. Gets doubled. Joe Roast, that three-pointer is good! Joe Roast has been very efficient from the floor here this evening. Gives the Saints a 14-point lead. Spencer Jones finds Early. That layup is good. And again, Early just able to get Mason in the post at a bad angle. We're now halfway through the fourth quarter. 12-point lead for the Saints. Mark Mitchell working against Jack Ganalo. Young now has it. Gets it to Matthew Connor. Matthew Connor started the half very strong so far. Gets it to Young in the corner. Young thought about it. Young now drives. Reverse layup. Too strong. Just off. An impressive move, though, by the sophomore. Here comes Broadus. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell drives on Ganalo. That layup is good and one. So with 3:23 to go, and then again, I think if you're Ganalo, just let him kind of score that, because again, this is what Bishop Miege really needs, is to get points with the clock stopped. So Mitchell's free throw, in and out, no good. And Roast comes away with the rebound. Now a little bit of full court pressure from the Stags, just trying to slow things down. They get it across half court. Connor now has it. Looks like now the Stags will go to man. There are 3 minutes to go. Here in the, and Mitchell is going to be called for the foul. 2:57 to go. It's only Mark Mitchell's first personal foul. That is team foul number 4. So again, if the Stags need to start fouling, they will have to foul a couple of times before the Saints even get to the free throw line. Mason was open underneath. Saints make the smart play and don't go for anything. 2:40 to go in this one. The Saints trying to hold on to pull the upset here in the Saints Classic. Young gonna drive. Mitchell, though, meets him at the rim and rejects it. Here comes Broadus. Gets it to Josh Early. Finds Jones. That layup is good. And they're going to call an and one. I think they're going to call that on Roast. So with 2:24 to go, Stags trying to climb their way back into it. It's only Joe Roast's second personal foul. So Coach Cooper Smith is going to call a timeout. So with 2:24 to go, Saints lead this one by 8. Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at PCIAwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. Again, you can reach them again at PCIwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. So with 2:24 to go, Aquinas leads this one by 8. They've led all day. They have not. The only time they trailed was when it was 2-0 to begin the game after the Stags won the tip. So they've pretty much led wire to wire. But the Stags trying to climb back into it. The Stags were down 16 at one point in the first half, clawed their way back to 4. That's where they've kind of been held at. They got it back down to 4 here in the second half in the third quarter. They got it down to 4 twice before 2 threes, one from Roast and one from Matthew Connor, made it 7 points. So Jones, that free throw is no good. And so far only 2 free throws made by the Stags. And Spencer Jones is going to pick up his 4th personal foul with 2:17 to go. That'll be team foul number 5 for the Stags. So 2 more. 2 more in the Saints. They get it in, Tank Young, working against Broadus. We approach 2 minutes to go, 2:10. And the ref calls a 5-second call. Looked like Broadus was fighting with his hands. 2:08 to go, however. Here comes the Stags. They're going to start playing a little bit desperate. Spencer Jones' three-pointer rattles in. It is good. So with 1:58 to go, it's a 5-point lead here for the Saints. Again, Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at PCIwealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. So this one's starting to get pretty interesting here with 1:58 left to go. I think if you're the Saints, you really need to start keying off of Spencer Jones, as I think they're going to start trying to set screens for Jones to come off. He's been hot so far. He does have 4 fouls, however, so he's got to be smart, especially if the Stags start to foul. And the Saints need to be smart on offense as well, as the pressure will pick up here from the Stags. Just be smart if you're the Saints. Get it in. Keyshawn Mason gets it. It's going to be knocked away from early. Mark Mitchell gets it. Man at the rim, and it's going to be a foul called. So 5-point lead. Joe Roast now picks up his 3rd. Both teams have 5 fouls. Mark Mitchell's first free throw is good. Cuts it to a 4-point lead. This one's starting to get interesting. Mitchell's second free throw is good. 3-point lead. 1:54 to go. Roast gets it into Mason. Mason gets it to Roast. Gets it to Connor. Connor. And Xavier Hall is going to be called for the foul with 1:48 to go. That's Hall's 3rd. The next foul will put the Saints at the free throw line. Minute 45 to go in the Saints Classic Championship game between Miege and Aquinas. And Broadus will foul Tank Young. Tank Young's going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. So minute 35 left to go. 3-point lead here for the Saints. Sophomore Young. First free throw is good. So makes the front end. That's the important part. Get 2 free throws. Second free throw is good. Timeout-wise, Miege still has 2. The Saints have 1 as we approach a minute and a half to go. Jeffries has it. That layup is good. Backdoor cut makes it a 3-point lead again. Joe Roast gets it. They get it to Ganalo. Gets it to Matthew Connor. Connor now has it. Skips it over to Joe Roast. We got minute 4, excuse me, to go, and Roast will go to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. Joe Roast, first free throws of the game. First one is good. Makes this a 4-point lead with a minute 4 to go. Again, Miege still has 2 timeouts. St. Thomas Aquinas has 1. Notice that one's long. Tank Young comes away with the rebound. Tank Young, the smallest guy on the floor, comes away with the rebound. I think Tank Young, and if you remember that name, kind of broke into the scene as a running back for the Saints, the state champion winning Saints football team, and now he's got a chance to add to this lead. Front end of the 1-on-1 is good. Again, you can't talk about it. He was going against the Northern Kentucky commit. Smallest guy on the floor, 5'9", sophomore, and able to just get the rebound. Young's second free throw is good. Makes it 58-52. Under a minute to go now. Mark Mitchell Jr. gets it. Looking to drive. Man at the rim. Mason's going to foul him. I think it was clean until Mason came down. I think if Mason wouldn't have come down, that wouldn't have been a foul. It looked like it might have gotten Mitchell on the wrist. That's only his first, however. Both teams in the bonus from here on out. Mitchell's first free throw is good. 5-point lead. There's 53.4 seconds to go here in the championship game of the Saints Classic. And it's been a pretty good one so far. The Saints have led pretty much all game. Mitchell's second free throw is good. Makes it a 4-point game. Roast throwing it in, gets it to Mason. Kicks it over to Roast. Looks like Broadus is going to pick up the foul. It's Broadus' second. It's a double bonus from here on out for the Saints. Roast's first free throw. Rattles around and drops. Makes it a 5-point game. Again, the Stags are number 2 in the top 25, 8-10 varsity.com poll. The Saints have been in it most of the year. They fell out after that 3-game losing streak. Roast's second free throw is good. Makes it a 6-point game again. 47.5 seconds to go. Broadus gets it to Mitchell. Trying to get it to Jones. Connor almost steals it. Dinalo, that'll be his 4th personal foul. Kind of a good foul, though. Spencer Jones, after the whistle, knocked down the three-pointer, so now only a 1-on-1. .33 seconds to go. Spencer Jones, first free throw. Rolled around, and drops. Makes it a 5-point game. 33 seconds. The Stags have 2 timeouts. The Saints have 1. Jones bends his legs, shoots, hits the front iron, and drops. And early he's going to foul Keyshawn Mason. And the Stags, everybody on that bench was yelling to foul Mason. It's only Early's first. There's 31.8 seconds. Mason's first free throw. Rattles around and drops. Big free throw makes it a 5-point game. Stone Jeffries will check back in. He checks in for Xavier Hall. Second free throw from Mason. Rattles around, no good. Broadus gets the rebound, under 30 seconds to go. Mark Mitchell Jr. gets it. Looking to drive, Spencer Jones gets it, deep 3. No good. Rebounded by Matthew Connor. Hey, they're going to say Miege got a timeout when Broadus had it on the floor. There's 19.7 seconds left. So we'll go ahead and step aside when we come back. Back here at Aquinas High School, Prime Capital Investment Advisors offers a range of financial advisement services and inspires people to achieve their life's ambitions. Visit anytime at pciawealth.com or call 800-493-6226. Prime Capital Investment Advisors, a proud supporter of St. Thomas Aquinas Athletics. The Saints lead this one by 5. The Stags do have it with 19.7 seconds remaining. Big possession for both teams. Early gets it. Jones is going to pop out to the corner. Deep 3, contested 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Ganalo. Gets it to Young. 10 seconds remain. Young drives. He's fouled with 7.8 to go. And if this lead holds up, this would be a massive win for St. Thomas Aquinas. Young's first free throw is short. Again, there's 7.8 seconds remaining. Second free throw is good. Zarion Navy will check in for Matthew Connor. Again, there's 7.8 seconds remaining, 6-point lead. Spencer Jones elevates. Jump shot no good. Keyshawn Mason comes away with it. And St. Thomas Aquinas wins the Saints Classic by upsetting Bishop Miege by 6. St. Thomas Aquinas was led by Tank Young in his 16 points. I think they announced Spencer Jones had 36, however, in the game. So a good game from Spencer Jones, but this one belongs to St. Thomas Aquinas. After just 8 days ago, Bishop Miege came in here and won 57-50. The athletic director for St. Thomas Aquinas will present second place and the champion. So they're going to announce. They're going to announce everything here. Again, St. Thomas Aquinas wins this one by 6. In a hard-fought game. St. Thomas Aquinas, their largest, they only trailed, Aquinas only trailed at the very beginning of the game when they trailed 2-0. Pretty much didn't lead. Didn't lead wire to wire, but pretty much did. So that's a big upset here, especially after a 3-game losing streak that St. Thomas Aquinas went on after starting 4-1. Now they improved to 7-4, and Bishop Miege falls to 7-2. That's big for the sub-state rankings as well for the Saints. There's kind of a log jam in the middle to about a little bit to the bottom. A lot of these teams in Class 5A in the East Sub-State. And the East Sub-State are 6-4, 7-4. So there's a log jam. So obviously a lot of work left to do for the Saints and the Stags as well. But the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints able to get a huge confidence boost again last night, winning in overtime against Olathe East.
Third place goes to Sam Carroll, Olathe East. Second place goes to Joe Roos with St. Thomas Aquinas.
So Aquinas winning this one, and again improving to 7-4. Still have a tough road to go remaining in the game in the season.
Set a 27-year record for the Saints Classic. Spencer Jones with 66.
So Spencer Jones there just announcing in the three-point contest, breaking a 27-year record held here at Aquinas during that. But again, Aquinas, an impressive showing here tonight. So Mark Mitchell Jr. in this game, he's been announced as all-tournament team. Mark Mitchell Jr., the freshman. Spencer Jones also a part of that all-tournament team. Both 6'7", one a senior, one a freshman. Tank Young is the third announced. The 5'9" sophomore.
This year's Mr. Hustle Award going to Matthew Connor of St. Thomas Aquinas.
And the Hustle Award goes to Matthew Connor of St. Thomas Aquinas.
MVP going to Keyshawn Mason of St. Thomas Aquinas.
And Keyshawn Mason also part of the award as well.
Thanks to everybody for being here. See you next year for year number 20.
So again, all 5 players that were part of the all-tournament team, a part of Miege and Aquinas, part of this championship game. So this one finishing up. Again, Aquinas improves to 7-4. Bishop Miege falls to 7-2 here tonight. Miege most likely will drop in the 8-10 varsity pool. You could see St. Thomas Aquinas rise up now that they have their full complement of weapons. Again, Keyshawn Mason's been a nice addition for the Saints. Tank Young, leading scorer for the Saints. They win by 16. He had 16. Mason probably not too far behind him. He had 12 of 14, and Bishop Miege was led by Spencer Jones, who had 36. Spencer Jones got hot there despite the foul trouble. So here at 810varsity.com, we appreciate you guys watching throughout the week as the Saints Classic now is wrapped up here with the championship game. The Saints again winning 62-56. And again, still a lot of season left to go. Still about a little over a month left to go. Final game for most teams is about that second to last week in February 22nd, somewhere around there. So a lot of basketball still left to be played. For the Saints, this has to be a big confidence boost for them to be able to beat Bishop Miege, who came in here 8 days ago and won, and Miege beating Aquinas 57-50. So for Taylor Dameron here on 810varsity.com, we appreciate you watching and listening. We will see you next time.